Let's come into a comfortable seat. I even have my socks here, just in case. As I said with yin, yin is a really nurturing practice. So it's a practice of resting and recovering, of letting your central nervous system calm down. And I actually had a lovely talk with Emma last week after class, and we are both busy, and I think maybe you Emirates girls as well, you recognize it. You know, there's different energies, so there's a do, drive, which they often compare to fire. And then there is also a sense of resting and recovering, and it was really hard for me. Probably, I don't know, 8 years or something ago. I was even jealous of people that could just like lie down, read a book, and not feel guilty about it. And I think that guilt is something that is just wrong. We should never be guilty for resting or recovering and taking care of ourselves. And specifically in times where, you know, there is a lot going on, and there is a lot, like you girls now are dealing with a lot of emotions from other people. It's in the stillness and the rest and the meditation that we get an opportunity to integrate all of that. So this is a very nurturing practice, a very loving practice. So find a seat, you can sit on a block, and we'll just do a short meditation. Make your last physical movements. And then just sit still. And the only thing I actually really just want to say is feel. Just sit still and focus on feeling. What do you feel? How do you feel? What do you feel where? Go into a space of feeling. Feeling your body. Feeling maybe specific parts of the body that draw your attention. We'll sit still for another minute or so just to feel. Feel your breath. Allowing yourself to feel. Take around 4 more slow, deep breaths in and out. Sighs are always welcome. Any thoughts, any emotions are welcome. It's a practice of also integrating and processing things that might surprise you or might make sense, you know, certain thoughts or feelings that come up. Allowing to feel. Let's bring our hands together in front of our heart, and maybe that's just simply our intention today. Allowing ourselves to feel the different emotions that are existent, not suppressing them, just being observant about them, not judging about them, not feeling guilty of having certain emotions, just feeling. If you have a different intention or maybe a dedication, bring that into your mind's eye now, and then bow your head towards your fingertips, just to seal that in. If you're sitting on something, maybe just remove it so you can ground your sit bones into the floor. And we'll start with some breathing and moving. So you breathe in to come forward, open the heart, open the chin. Breathe out, bring the chin to your chest and around the spine. Feel into the body and feel the breath. Keep going. Inhale forward. Exhale, come back. 3 more rounds like this, just forward and back, rock and rolling, roll the sit bones down, tuck the tailbone, a little bit of a hollow back, open front of the heart when you come forward, open back of the heart when you come back. And then we do the same, we keep rocking and rolling with our breath, but we add some direction. So, bring your chest over to the right side, as if you want to peek over your right knee, and then rock to the diagonal lane, so to the left side. Inhale to come forward to the right. Keep your left knee down. So the hips, actually you're trying to keep the hips still, as if you are just moving from the pelvis up. Let's take 3 more in this direction. Inhale, keep that left knee down. Exhale, bring it back. 1 more time to this side. And then change sides. So come over towards your left, open the heart, and then press to the diagonal line, as if you want to press your back, to the right side behind you. Open the heart to the front, and then open the heart in the diagonal line to the back. 4 more times. Inhale, and at any stage feel free to close your eyes. And then we can really again go into a space of feeling. Often when we open our eyes, we start to think and analyze, which is fine. But let's go into that sensory world. Alright, slightly different pranayama in movement. Cross your legs in the other direction, so just bring the other leg in front. And then there's 2 options. Either you bring your hands to the shoulders if your shoulders feel a little bit tight, or you interlace your hands and you bring them behind your head. We're going to just do this for 3 minutes. Let me put our timer on. I'm actually going to put our stopwatch on. Oh, it's been going ever since last class. Alright, so you breathe in and out. You'll notice one side is an inhale, one side is an exhale, and after 1.5 minutes you can change sides. So bring your hands behind your head. Start, there we go. So you keep your gaze to the front and just turn your elbows. Breathe in, breathe out. The tricky thing is to keep looking forward. Inhale, exhale. Keep your hips still. Maybe you go faster, maybe you go slower. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Maybe exhale out of the mat. Keep looking to the front. You'll notice your head will want to turn with. I've noticed that too. Yes, keep your eyes to the front. If it gets too much, bring your hands to your shoulders. Keep looking at one point. Keep your hips still. You feel the energy shifting already. We're almost halfway. Keep going. Inhale, exhale. Keep your hips grounded. Maybe suck your navel in. Inhale, exhale. If you're starting to feel warm, you might feel the heat already. Alright, notice which side you're breathing in, which side you're breathing out. Maybe pause a moment, change side. Inhale, exhale. Halfway, keep going. Keep your gaze in front. Keep your eyes on one point. You don't have to breathe out loud. 1 more minute, stay with it, keep smiling. Shifting energy with breath and movement. Feel what you're feeling. Just notice the experience. Notice the heat. Notice some tightness maybe. Notice some tiredness maybe. 45 seconds. Keep looking in the front. Work from your waist. 30 seconds, almost there. Notice your breath. Calm down the breath. Maybe you even feel some tingling sensations. 5 more rounds of breath. In and out. Even a sigh. Just becoming aware of different energies, different feelings, different sensations. Alright, let's roll over our shins and come to our tummy. If you have a blanket, oh, I'm actually warm, so I'm going to take my jersey off now. It's probably going to be one of those cold, warm, warm, cold kind of situations. We're warm now, and then quickly when we're still, we might feel cold again, but that's alright. If you have a blanket or a towel, start to roll it up. I like to just have a little bit of height. This will be too high. Anything that you can roll up, like such, and you're going to place that under your frontal hip bones. Your blocks, bring them to the top of your mat. And then, place your hip bones off. It's quite a nice release actually. Quite soft also for the pubic bone. Move your hips around a little bit. And then you have different options. So you can bring your arms into a Sphinx pose. Hands under your elbows under your shoulders. If you want to use a block and let your head rest, maybe even stack them. Remember our yin poses. We first try out the shape. One is not better than the other. These blocks are quite, I'm going to put a sock over it. Never thought to do that. New ideas. Yeah, that's a great idea. And off we go. 3 minutes. Sphinx pose, relax your toes. You don't have to have your head resting, you may. It is a back bend, relax your neck and shoulders. Sighs are always welcome, feel free to close your eyes. And just go into that sensory world again. What do I hear? What do I feel? Can I relax a part of the body that might have built up tension? Our bodies are vessels that hold on to our past experiences. So in ourselves, in parts of our body, whether they were pleasant, unpleasant, traumatic, stressful, not stressful, we hold on to it in our fascia, in our tissue. So just giving those spaces an opportunity to stretch, to stimulate those areas is a very healing practice. Notice your breath, slow breaths in, slow breaths out. And 1 more minute here. Know that you can always move a little bit away from the edge or make that edge a little bit more challenging in a way that it's not painful, but stay close to that edge. Let time do its healing and commit to stillness. Slow, deep breaths in and out. Calm down your central nervous system. Take one more deep breath in, and then slowly remove your blocks to the sides. Come lie on your tummy and turn your nose to the right side. Arms can be next to the body with the palms facing up, and just relax. Relax your tummy, relax your buttocks. And now turn your nose to the other side, head towards the left. Maybe notice a difference in the sensations in your neck. And with as little movement as possible, just remove the pillow or the towel from underneath your tummy. Stay on your belly. I'll have to move a little bit because I've got the wall here. But you're going to place your hands. Actually, you'll stay where you are because I want to see you. Because you're going to keep your left arm on the floor. So arms are in a cross. Your left palm is facing down. Oh, I need my watch. And then you turn. Slowly, be careful with your left shoulder, but you turn onto the side and you can bend your right knee. So some of you might simply lie like this with the knees, and you already start to feel a stretch around the front of the left shoulder. If you can do more, you can bend your right knee and place the right foot behind your left leg. And then there is an option with your right hand. You can keep it here in front of the chest, or wrap it around your back where the fingertips start to kind of curl under your waist, and then your back kind of rolls around onto the back of your hand. When we're halfway, I will give you another option, but you will quickly feel the sensations are quite strong. Well, for me, they are quite strong in the front of the left shoulder. There's also a twist. If you want to place something under your head, you may. Some prefer to place the pillow or maybe your towel. I'm fine here, but if it doesn't feel good for your neck, please do so. Come back to your breath. Feel free to close your eyes. Notice the sensations. Your left hand might even fall asleep a little bit. You can always back out if that feels very uncomfortable. For most of us, I think this is the edge, but you can place your left foot onto the floor as well, and then the left knee starts to come up. Just notice if you can still relax like that. If that brings tension in the body, then it doesn't add value. "45 seconds to go. Slow and deep breaths in." Actually, no, I'm lying. A minute. Missed the maths there. Soften your jaw, soften the cheeks on your face. Let the thoughts and emotions and the feelings just pass by like clouds in the sky. Maybe specific faces, maybe specific places that you see, maybe a certain feeling that comes into your heart. Just observe and notice. Around 3 to 4 more rounds of breath. Slowly, slowly, if your right hand is wrapped, start to bring it in front of your heart, and then bring the knee, the left knee, you can bring it up, so the knees on top of each other, and then let your left arm come next to the body where we were before, both palms facing up. Turn your face to the right, and just pause for a moment. It almost feels like your left arm is longer than the right arm, or at least acknowledge maybe the different sensations in the right arm and the left arm. Breathe into the belly, stretch out your diaphragm. Give those organs a little bit of space. And then you can just simply place your right arm. I'm again going to turn around so I can see you, because I want to see you. The right arm stays flat to the floor. Make sure there's some cushioning on the floor so the right shoulder is not like straight onto some concrete. The right palm is flat. And then start to turn slowly. Take some time. Sometimes my spine cracks here. So give your body a little bit of time. And here, if it feels nicer, you can place something under your face. See what you want to do with the left arm. So our minds, it's also interesting to observe that our minds are sometimes quite dominant. The mind goes, oh, I did my right arm around my back, so I have to also do that here. It doesn't really work like that when you take the body from a sensational perspective. It's almost like you want to have a beginner's mind and go, okay, I've never done this before. I've never done a right or a left side. Let me just feel what my body is telling me. If that feels nice or not. And I think one of the most beautiful things in yoga, whether it's more yin or yang, might be different for different people, is that you start to listen to subtle messages that the body is giving you. When the body speaks to you almost, like, this doesn't work for me. Why are you doing this? Is it your thinking brain, or is it your ego, or is it I have to do the same on this side compared to the other side? Is it why we do what we do? And learning how to listen to the body is so amazing, because then you can start adopting your actions, and you can really help the body in its healing process, because the body is constantly healing, whether it is a virus, or whether it is a flu, or whether it is some emotions that we're working through. We want to help and support our different layers of our body to refine balance. A healthy physical body, a healthy mental state and body, a balanced heart that is open, but is also able to close when needed. And spiritually, that I leave up to you, but you can also speak about spiritual fitness, to feel a lightness, a connection, or that's my way of translating it. To feel I belong, to feel love, to feel self-worthy, to feel self-confident, but in a balanced way between my world and the outer world, receiving and giving. If you want to place that right foot, if you did that, you also want to place that right foot, I can immediately feel when I do that, my body starts to cramp up, as if it resists So that doesn't serve. So I just bring it back. But I did want to give you that option. You've got around 6 more rounds of breath. Slowly release your left hand and bring both knees in towards your chest, like a half fetus, and then start to roll onto the tummy. Quite a big stretch, really a big stretch. Extend both arms next to you. Turn your face towards the left. Relax your fingers. Breathe into the belly. Slowly bring your chin to the mat. As I thought, now I'm getting cold. So I'm going to put something on. We meet on our backs. So you can come to the back, maybe reorganize all your props. And then we bring our left leg over your right leg. First, just hug those knees in towards your chest. You can even bring your arms and hook them over your knees. Hug them nice and close. Relax your toes. Open the arms and start to bring your knees to the left side. Now you've got different options here. If you feel that it's too high, bring something, a block or something to support under your legs. Too high would mean just uncomfortable. Or you can start to just let that all fall to the side. Scoop a little. Yeah, there we go. Open the arms. You try to shimmy your right shoulder back down to the floor. You can also turn your face to the right. If this hooking of your left knee is too much, just drop it to the floor. Drop it to the floor, it's totally fine. With every exhale, soften and bring some attention to the right shoulder blades. As if the right shoulder blades melt back into the floor. The right armpit melts back into the floor. And in Yin Yoga, we sometimes even give adjustments. So you could imagine that if I would be standing over you and I place my palm onto the inside of your right shoulder, and on an exhale I put some soft pressure, you would melt even more into the floor. The melting of the right shoulder might lift the knees a little up again. So just notice that relationship. It's almost like a seesaw. Soften the tummy. You can also bring your left hand on the inside or somewhere on the legs. Breathe into the right side of your respiratory system. So really feel how open your right lung is here. You're almost stretching that right lung. Well, you are, not almost. You are stretching that right lung. Feel the tension around the right side of the body. Where do you feel what? Stay with the breath. A minute and 10 minutes in stillness to just be. How slow can you breathe? How deep can you breathe? Around 5 rounds of breath. Be gentle when you move out. First, please slide your left knee off your right knee, so the knees are stacked. And then hug your right knee in towards your chest, like a half circle. You come back onto your back. And then give yourself a hug. Massage the lower back, right to left. Do the same thing on the other side. So set yourself up in the center first. Right knee hugs over your left knee. Hug the knees in. I like to clasp my hands. And it already I start to feel the knees further away or the knees closer away. There's different sensations for me and my right buttock. We all have different bodies. Maybe just acknowledge what you feel. And then move your knees over to the right side. Take your time to settle in. Scoop a little. Shimmy your shoulder blades. Relax. And again, can you be open-minded enough to say, is this where I want to be? Where specifically when we twist, it might feel very different on one side to the other. I feel that on this side of my twist, I have both my shoulder blades on the floor, which is interesting, because on the other side, my right shoulder was lifted quite far. So it means I'm a little skew. We're all a little skew, but then we have to feel into our bodies to understand if this is really where we are supposed to be. Is this the edge that we're looking for? And then we commit to stillness, let breath and time do its healing. Relax your toes. Breathe into the left side of your ribcage, the expansion of the ribs on the inhale, and the softness on the exhale. Soften your jaw. Feel free to close your eyes so you can feel a little more. It's almost, when people have a specific sensation, or not a specific sensation. For example, sorry, I wanted to say two things at the same time. I meant, for example, blind people, they can hear better. Or deaf people, they can see better. So it's almost like you're bringing more attention to one or several sensations. When you close your eyes, you can hear better, you can smell better. By breathing deeply and connecting to the body, we just become more aware of subtle things that we wouldn't notice if we wouldn't pause. 30 more seconds, around 5 rounds of breath, 6 rounds of deep, slow breathing. Again, to come out slowly. Let that right knee fall down to the floor off the left. Both knees in. And then it's the left knee, you can even hold on to it. That comes in and over and across. Oh, quite a deep one. Quite a strong one. Bring yourself back to center. And now we're just going to do some slow movements. So bring the knees into chest, but let the legs be soft. Elbows can come into the floor. I like to create little fists, but don't make them too tight. And then you're just going to go from the right to the left. Maybe when you go to the left knee hits the floor. Keep your shoulder blades on the floor. Nice and slow. This is actually always, if you in the morning want to do anything to just wake up the body gently, this is really, really nice. Make your toes be soft, make your knees be soft. Alright, bring the knees to center, hug them in, bring your nose towards your shin so you lift your head and shoulder blades off the floor. And then we simply bring our feet, maybe bring one block. If there's a block, we'll use it soon. But let's first just come into a lying position, feet hip width apart, and just pause for a moment. Every exhale, try to flatten the lower back a little bit more into the floor. It's very subtle. Some people, we're all different. Some people, when they lie here, there's a huge gap. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just how you're built. But let's all try to lengthen that lower back, and with every exhale, you almost like bring a little bit of abdominal contraction, but it's very subtle. It's a nice relaxation of your psoas. So the aim is to lie still, to breathe, and to flatten, to imprint your lower back into the floor. Take 5 more rounds of breath. Supported bridge, you've done, I think you've all done already one yin yoga where we did supported bridge. It's an exercise, a shape I try to do every day. It's really good for your psoas, your hip flexors. Start maybe in the lowest position. You can also stack 2 blocks on top of each other, right underneath your sacrum. Let the knees stay above the ankles. So your feet are quite close by. I'm actually going to also stack my blocks today. Doing everything a little different. Because I have a habit of putting it in the highest position for, I don't know, maybe I think it's better. That's probably my mind that tells me that it thinks it's better because it's higher. But I feel the effect here, and maybe less is more. Maybe less is more. Actually, Emma and I spoke about that last week as well. It's because you do less, so you choose a less intense variation, that your body can actually relax more. I know that if I would not go high, it will take my body longer to let go. I can already feel that. So let's stay here. If you want to go down or up at any stage, feel free. We'll stay here for 3 minutes and then add on. Let the palms face up, so you have an open gesture through the hands, an open heart line, we call it as well. You can even press the back of your head in the floor and bring the meaty part of your shoulders under. Bring the chin a little in, so the back of the neck is nice and long. And then just breathe Breathe into the belly, let it rise and fall. Maybe count the length of your in and exhales. 4 to 6 counts to breathe in, maybe even longer. Really lengthen the breath. Can you notice a difference in the right and the left hip flexor? So that's the space here in front of your frontal hip bones. It's only because I know I carry quite a lot of tension there that I can feel so subtly that there is a difference. So if you don't worry. Maybe you don't carry as much tension there. Does the right hip or the right buttock in contact with your block feel quite similar? Are they both relaxed? Stay with the breath. A sigh is always welcome. Totally soften your belly on the exhale. Let it melt. From here, just notice if your blocks are stable and you can bring your knees up. I need to readjust a little. Do as minimal movements if you can. Yeah, that feels better. Knees up to the sky. Just let them relax. Or if it feels alright, bring your legs straight up to the sky. Let them drain. Soft toes, soft knees. If you want, you can bring your legs a little closer to your face. Just make sure, maybe bring your hands on your blocks, that because of the shift of the weight, you don't fall off your blocks. Notice what that does to the lower back. Oh, my blocks are shifting. That may be the sock. They're stable enough. Maybe you notice that you're shifting more weight to the back of the right or the left hip. I tend to go towards the right. I just noticed it. I was like, hey, weird. I've accidentally moved my hips a little to the right side. So square it back out. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Alright, maybe bring your hands to your blocks And then you can come into a make sure your neck is safe. If you have neck issues or injuries, just stay with your legs where you are. We can come into a little bit of a deeper shape where you bring your feet over your head. Now the blocks are still behind you. You can hold on to your hips and pelvis and come into a little bit of a knee bend there. If it works better for you, slide the blocks closer and let your hips come back onto the blocks. You can even hold on to the knees. If you're okay, just stay there for a couple more rounds of breath. Some of you can even walk your hands. It's a bit of a tricky situation. Walk your hands and hold on to your toes. Just notice if you can still breathe. And if you're lying on your shoulders, so bring more weight. You almost want to get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm going to bring my hips back onto the blocks, but not totally. But where is that edge? Really, you feel some core engagement? It's like a in-between happy baby, plow pose. Don't even know how to call this. It's harder to breathe here. Notice how it's harder to breathe here. That's okay. Take 4 more rounds of breath. Remember, there's blocks behind you when you come out, but I'll remind you of that. Can you still breathe slow, even though the breath is a little bit restricted? You can maybe even hear from my voice. It's harder to speak, and it's okay. It's just vocal cords, you know, the muscles in the neck that produce sound. Alright, bring your hands to the hips if they're not. Feel behind you and remove the block or blocks all the way to the side. Let's all hold on to our hips and then slowly guide your hips back down to the floor. Knees into the chest. Pause for a moment. And then extend. We're not coming to full Shavasana yet, but just take a little bit of a rebound. Let the feet flop out to the side. And notice your sacrum. The contact of the sacrum with the floor. Relax your lower back. And if you want, you can bring your hands in your tummy. So both hands onto your tummy. And then breathe under your hands. So let the tummy come up. Like a balloon filling up your hands. And then just soften. Hug your knees back in towards your chest. Come to a fetus pose. So come to your side. And from the side, you roll up to a seated position. Baddha Konasana legs. Blocks, props, whatever works for you. Let's see what I want today. I always feel like when I'm doing yin, it's like, oh, I've got all my toys. What am I going to do with all my toys? Like a child. Oh, maybe my socks. Oh, we're almost there. So you can here decide if you want to bring your heels quite close to your groin, but then you can't go as much forward. So you might need more proppage if you want to relax your head. Or I am personally going to go for a more of a diamond shape. It's a little gentler. Again, blocks maybe in between the feet. I feel like a relaxing one. Totally relaxing one. So I'm going to just place my ball stick here. And the time for us. Come forward and relax.
mind my nose and my front of my head onto the thing. I'm going to move it a little bit forward. If you do mind, then just turn your face to one side, and when we're halfway, and now you turn your face the other way. I'll let you know. Soften your shoulders. Is there a specific part of the body? I assume it's either going to be your hips or maybe somewhere around the back line of your upper body, so the shoulder blade area or the lower back area, that is talking to you in a way that you feel quite a lot. Can you breathe into that space? So send direction, direct your breath towards that area. If your face is turned to one side, turn it to the other side now, or maybe decide to go a little bit deeper or less deep. Soften your toes, soften your jaw, soften your shoulders. One more minute. Three more rounds of breath here. Start with your hands. How slow can you move? Sit back up, and then just ask yourself, is my space and is my body ready for Shavasana? Have I created a space of no distraction? Am I warm enough? Do I need some socks? Do I want a blanket? Do I want Shavasana or do I want meditation? They're both fine. And then set yourself up. I really love this bolster under the knees, because in Vinyasa I don't use it, so in Yin we can just totally relax. Cover yourself with a blankie. I'll be your timekeeper, so you just relax and I'll let you know when it's time to move again. If you prefer to stay longer, stay longer. Close your eyes. And now we can even totally let go of our breath. No more conscious breathing. Let your body be heavy and melt into the floor. If you are in a really happy place and you want to stay there a little longer, just stay there a little longer. Gift yourself the gift of Shavasana, the gift of letting go, the gift of integration and digestion. Conscious pausing. Otherwise, take a couple of deep breaths in and out. Maybe even stretch your arms all the way over your head. Move your knees a little to the right and the left. Oh, my body always says, thank you so much after yin yoga. It's like, oh, and then I always think I should do this more often. But I'm really happy we do this together every week. Nice habits. My tendency is always towards yang activities, but then when I do my yin activities, it's like, oh, I needed that so badly. Roll to a side, and then from your side, if you want to, if you're still lying down, I can see, don't worry, then I just know that you're in your happy place, in Shavasana. Otherwise, we will just sit still in our seated position. Just for a couple more moments. And I've said this already many times, but I again would love to just take this opportunity to thank you. To thank you for coming to my classes online, for allowing me to teach. Because without teaching, I'm still myself, but there's a lot less joy in my life. This is what I've chosen to do. This is what I love doing. I love sharing the beautiful gift of yoga and all its amazing benefits. So thank you for allowing me to continue to do so, even though we are physically not together. It really means a lot to me. And thank you so much. With the palms in front of our heart, thank you for practicing with me tonight. Have a lovely rest of your evening. I see the light in all of you. Namaste.